I had me reset yesterday, didn't I? Down by the Marine Lake, it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely, and I needed it badly. And then today, I have sat in absolutely roasting hot conditions at my desk, fan on, doing absolutely nothing for me. And I was listening to the audiobook, the Beatles audiobook, continuing that. And I don't want to say it made me maudlin or low or anything. I think what it is, it's a slight nostalgia. Not necessarily for anything in particular. Maybe, if anything, actually thinking about it, it might just be I miss being 14 or 15 with your mates, walking around Garston and Allerton, going to each other's houses, listening to music, playing each other's guitars and writing songs for each other. What do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? That kind of thing. I kind of miss that. And also a little bit, I suppose, nostalgic for my home city. We moved up to Southport in 91, 34 years ago. And I don't want to move back. But I do love the place. I can go back any time I want, so it's not like I'm halfway around the world or anything. But it just got me thinking about people that do travel halfway around the world to come and see Liverpool, to see these places that I used to take for granted. More on that later. Because it might be the home of the Beatles, and there might be really important things. I mean, I've gone into work some mornings when I've had to be in early, and I've been walking down Matthew Street at 6:30 in the morning, and there's been like 150 Japanese tourists with cameras taking photographs of empty, closed pubs. I think to myself, why are they doing that? Because they've come halfway around the world on a Beatles tour, that's why. It isn't just another pub, it isn't just another street that you walk down. It might be for you, but it's not for them. And in Strawberry Field, it's somewhere that I used to ride past on my bike all the time. Mendips, where John Lennon was brought up, the house there, same thing. Used to ride by there all the time, not even give it a second glance. I went to school at Newways in Allerton, and the middle building, when you're in third year and fourth year, is just round the corner from Forthlin Road, where Paul McCartney grew up. I mean, literally a couple of 100 yards away from his house. Didn't even give it a second glance. Because you don't. It's just, you're from round there. I used to go buy my records in Penny Lane Records, and I'd be excited, not because it was Penny Lane, but I was going to buy the Lars album or the Stone Roses or something. That's why I was excited. And it took me a while before I got sort of the other side of this. And what happened was, we had a good friend from America called Susanna, who was hugely into the Beatles and hugely into Everton, and she became a really good friend of people on Twitter. And she come over to stay and have a bit of a tour, took into Everton games, and done a little bit of sightseeing. And I was buzzing for her that she got to see stuff that I took for granted, and it elevated how she experienced it. And the main one I was able to give for her was, we got in a taxi one morning. I just said to the taxi driver, before she managed to get in and get herself settled, I went, right, we need to go to Penny Lane, but I want you to go this route, because I don't want us to see any of the signs or anything. Yeah, no worries, lad. Drove us down there, and as we got to the road where you had to turn off onto Penny Lane, there's obviously the street signs. So I got talking to her. Don't look, just look at me, don't look. So she had no idea where we were. The fella dropped us off, and then I just stood there and I said to her, just have a look around you, take this in. And she just thought, yeah, a part of Liverpool, what a lovely place. So, no, just take it in, right? Do you know where we are? No. So, well, we're behind a shelter in the middle of a roundabout. And then straight away she clicked and started looking around and went, yeah, look, there's the chip shop, 4 fish and finger pies. It was Tony Slavin's, I think, at the time, was the barber shop. The barber shaves another customer. And she just went, what? I said, yeah, this is Penny Lane. This is what they were singing about. Penny Lane wasn't just an idea, a concept. This is what it actually is. It's this road. This is where they were. The gleam in her eye then as she saw it, a band that she'd loved all her life, was amazing. I thought it was fantastic to be able to give that to someone just by taking them there in a taxi and explaining where they were. It also then gave me something else about that song. Whenever I hear it now, I think about being stood there. And I thought, she's listened to this song all her life, and it didn't really mean anything other than it's a pretty song. Now it means something. Every time she listens to it from now on, she can picture herself being stood there looking round, taking it all in. And the same with the Everton games. She made a lot of really good friends in the Everton community on Twitter. So being able to come over and meet all these people and go and watch a couple of games, one of which was the Spurs game, when we were getting beat 1-0 in injury time and ended up winning 2-1, and the entire place was bouncing up and down. The amount of people that she met that day and shared the experience with meant that any game she watched back home in Florida was elevated to another level. I thought it was a lovely thing for us to do as a bit of a community to give this to her. And unfortunately, I think that lasted about 5 years and she passed away. Never even made it to the age of 50. But I took a bit of solace in the fact that she'd had these experiences, and no doubt she would have listened to Penny Lane and would have watched loads of Everton games and was able to put herself in those situations a lot more. And it really did get me thinking at that point to not take things for granted, not just see them as another thing that I ride past on my bike. You know, Strawberry Fields, the gate that people travel all around the world to go and stand outside and get their picture taken, they're not just gates. It's significant, it's something. It's culturally significant. It means something that people save up for years, just to be able to go for that one time, the one shot to go and see these places. Give them a bit of reverence, even though you go past them all the time yourself. They're not just little areas. They're important. They're important in people's lives. They're touchstones. They're also things that really do resonate with people, and they're a touchstone and a connection between me and them. Wherever I go in the world, if you say you're from Liverpool, people start talking about the Beatles. It's an easy into a conversation. It's an easy connection with people. And it has got me thinking about that with Liverpool. If you go to Liverpool any day of the week, you'll find thousands of people. Whether it's going on Beatles tours or coming over to watch football games or going on day trips to go and see pieces of art in the galleries and what have you. People travel to see these places and they love them. So I'll ask you, wherever you are in the world, if there's something that's important to other people, don't just drive past it. Don't just go past without giving it a second thought. Have a bit of an idea of what it means to other people. Like if you're in New York, if you go past Ellis Island on one of those sort of sea taxis or whatever it is, don't just see it as another pain in the arse trying to get to work. Bear in mind what that means to people, to people's generations of families. The opportunity to get themselves out of extreme poverty and provide a better life for subsequent generations. It's not just another building. It's not just another part of New York. It's something culturally significant and also from a life point of view. It's amazing. Wherever you are, just have a look occasionally. Just if you're going past somewhere, even if you've been past there hundreds of times, stop, take it in, have a look. You know, the Houses of Parliament and Tower Bridge in London, just stop, have a quick look, take a few of the details in. Think about what these places mean for people. I did it on the, well, again with Susanna, we took it on the ferry, the three stop tour over to the Wirral and then back over, and it was blue hour. I think it was November, freezing cold, absolutely Baltic. But the sight of the Three Graces coming into Liverpool to dock was, even for me who lived there, it was amazing. I'd never seen it in that colour, that light, that just amazing. But other people, when they were leaving Liverpool to go to the promised land of America, that was the last thing they ever saw of the UK. For some people, it was the last thing they ever saw, it just full stop. Looking back and seeing Liverpool on the way, bye-bye, means a lot to people. To people coming from Ireland, during the famine. Liverpool, seeing that, just the beautiful waterfront was that first little bit of maybe we now have a future. They're important places. And again, when the Beatles sang there are places I'll remember, that took on a greater significance the older that I've got. But it's stuff like that. Don't just take places for granted. Think about what they mean to other people. Think about what they mean to your family. And what kind of part they played in your history. It's worth doing, you know. You might get a bit more out of it as well. Anyway, I'm going to go home. It's still too bloody hot. Been hot all day. Had myself a mint cornetto and watch the rugby. I can't even see what time is it. Oh, it's already started. Right, time to go home.
For connection. Bluetooth connection success.
All right, calm down.